Hey, Mike Schuler, also known as Miami Mike with the Miami Mike Diet. Barbecue, beer, and bellies. That's the theme of a quick video today. I did see a show yesterday, Good Morning America, and I want to describe why we're not at the barbecue right now. But what we're going to do is take a frozen steak and sear it in coconut oil, put it in the oven, and apparently, even though this takes a few minutes longer, the quality of the meat is going to be that much better than grilling it. We will be grilling later today barbecue ribs, and that'll be on the video also. So I'm going to grab the steak, get it into the frying pan, and again, this is coconut oil. We're going to sear it 90 seconds on each side and come back here in a few minutes before we put it in the oven and describe a little bit more. Back in a minute. By the way, this is courtesy Good Morning America, quoting a food scientist at Cooks Illustrated. So basically, the directions are sear it, and I'm doing it in coconut oil, and then we're going to put it in 275 degrees in the oven for, I'm not sure exactly how long it takes, but I'm assuming up to half an hour, because it does take longer than barbecuing. So we'll do that. We'll wait till the internal temperature is 125 degrees and see if this steak is as good as my barbecue grilled steak. Back in a little while. Turn this off and put it in the pan. And basically, put that good boy in here. Preheat it to 275 and back, like I said, 20 minutes, 30. All right, back again for a minute. The steak should be ready within the next 5-10 minutes, but in the meantime, since this is New Year's Day 2015, cooking the steak for lunch just for myself with this test that we're talking about here, but also preparing about 10 pounds of ribs for tonight for a special dinner for my daughter Kelly, leaving back for Jersey tomorrow. Two things I'd like to point out in the way I cook them is the sauce is the most important thing. What I do is use Annie's barbecue sweet and spicy from Whole Foods. This is the closest thing I can find to the sauce that I like at Tony Roma's. So delicious, organic, etc. The gloves, by the way, I use on things that get messy. You can get these online. That'll be in another cooking video. But in the meantime, the ribs, I've got them coated top and bottom. This is going to go in for at least a couple hours. And what I like to do is double wrap them. Now, believe me, we will get to the grill. So when we come back in a couple hours, first we're going to do the steak, but when we come back in a couple hours for the barbecue grill itself, these will be almost falling off the fork type of tenderness, and that's how I like it. We'll char it on the grill for about 15-20 minutes closer to dinner time. So I will meet you guys back at the barbecue. No, first the steak here in a few more minutes. Big test time coming up. I'm about to take the steak out of the oven. I tested it a few minutes ago as far as the temperature. This is about 40 minutes to cook the whole thing. So basically, if Jacob can get in here, I'm going to go ahead and cut it, see if it's the degree of doneness or medium that I would like it. Ooh, it cuts very well. That's real good. All right, and maybe I cooked it a little bit too long, but the way it cuts, I know it's going to be nice, moist, and tender. So I'm giving this a thumbs up as far as cooking from a frozen steak, but I will explain more too when we come back to the barbecue part. If you can focus here too, my sides here. For some reason, whenever I have steak, I love to have a hard-boiled egg and dill pickle with it. They're both in the organic and or pastured side as well as the meat. So these are excellent kind of foods. This happens to be a very low or no carbohydrate lunch, but as you can see, the portions of this ribeye, decent size. I'll be well satisfied and not be hungry again until dinner time. Now the dinner time, basically, I will be having the ribs that I'll show you on the grill is the way we finish them. Along with French fries, I have a what's called an active fry, airless way to cook the French fries that are delicious. I add a little coconut oil to give them extra flavor also. So you will see that this evening. We'll talk more about barbecue, beer will be included, and bellies. And I'll explain that more in a little while. See you then. Have a great one. Okay, he caught me off guard here, getting all my seasoning for the eggs and the meat, but I might as well get a little taste test here. Nothing like the old taste test and juice. I do have the skillet going in case I want to warm it up a little bit with the coconut oil. Absolutely delicious. Again, thumbs up on this program. Talk to you more later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, back again. The steak went real well. It was very tasty, so I do recommend that method of cooking it. Now, I just took the baby back ribs out of the oven, 2 hours, 250 degrees, maybe 2.5 hours, and they look real good. I transferred them to the grill, so you're going to see that in a few minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going to start the side dishes. So we eat French fries and potatoes and that quite a bit. This is organic shoestring potatoes, French fries. So basically, real easy to cook. I air fry them. This is called Acti Fry. If you want to get this on film a little bit. 1 bag of the organic shoestring will feed maybe 3 people, 4 at the most, but I do have a few extras. So what I'll do is, just for a little flavor, a little coconut oil, a couple tablespoons. It's not necessary, but the more you learn about coconut oil and the more you have of it, the better it is for you. This will be a little loud when I first turn this on, so I'll come back in a minute. But I do want you to know how this works. So if you take a look down there again, the Acti Fry rotates the French fries as it air bakes them. Also, another good side with what I like, and I love showing people the ingredients of organic applesauce. We'll be doing a special segment just on ingredients. But look here, I don't know if you can get this in here, ingredients. We do have 1 ingredient, organic apples. Really doesn't identify what brand of apples, but I love the fact that you're eating God's real food. So we're going to go outside to the grill and get to the barbecue beer part and my belly in the next segment here. See you in a minute. Hey, Barbecue Mike here. A couple things about transferring the ribs. Ease of cooking, but basically I do it because I want them tender, falling off the hook. So that's where we did the oven. I come out here. Now the fire is a tad hot, but you can see they're cooking up pretty good. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. But once I add some extra sauce on here, you know, we're like 10 minutes away from delicious Tony Roma style ribs, along with the Annie's sweet and spicy that I told you about. I just love that combination with French fries, the applesauce, maybe a tossed salad. By the way, grilling, I always use coconut oil, spray oil. I get this at Whole Foods, so no cam around here for us. Okay, the beer and belly part, my favorite part. Been a beer drinker since I was 18 years old. That was legal back then. And on this diet, yes, you can get away with that. Beer, especially Miller Lite, is not a lot of carbs. It's less than 3 carbs per 12-ounce can. So I have a keg, if you want to take a look over here. Mike's barbecue and beer keg next to it. And I at least wait till it gets dark before I start drinking, even on a holiday. So the point is, you can enjoy good food, lose weight, be healthy, and still drink beer. I also like the fact that this open fire is pretty much our connection, in my mind, to our ancestors, the hunter-gatherers, and how they cooked food. Thank God we don't have to go out and kill our game and then prepare it and then grill it over an open fire. So we have it pretty easy considering our ancestors. But we do want to eat this kind of food. Always remember the way we started on the video at callmike.com. The books, eat food, eat fat, lose fat. More food you eat of the right kind, the better you're going to do as far as weight loss management and overall health. We're going to get into the exact source of these very soon on a new video, so I hope you come back and see us. And to fit in the belly part, I'm always going to have a belly, but for me to go from 255 pounds to less than 200, down to 195, 60 pounds lost weight, I feel good about myself. I went from a 40-inch waist to 34. More importantly, the biomedical levels I've told you about are more like 30 instead of age 65. So yeah, I'll have that belly because of the beer, and I can imagine I would be where the charts say that somebody 6 foot tall should be. But again, I'm very comfortable in my skin. I don't want to be bored by bland diets, and that includes beer, barbecue, and more. So each to his own on that part. Adios. See you down the road.